Well, good morning to you. This is a beautiful spring morning down here at the old mill, Michaelston-y-Fedw. And what I'm going to do is give you a quick guided tour of the facilities here. It's a beautiful day, beautiful spring morning, and we'd love to welcome you all here. So this is the meadow. It's all the crops have been sown. So everything's looking good. It's been a remarkably dry winter actually for relatively speaking compared to some winters we've had recently. The ground is actually pretty hot, pretty solid, pretty hard. It does get pretty flooded around here. So we are in a floodplain, and we are constantly getting, during the winters normally, we're getting quite a bit of flood water through here, which makes the soil very, very fertile. It's grade A soil, great for crops. So there's the main access lane just up to the right there, which is what you would come down to approach the old mill, and you swing around. Now that is the remains of the original Michaelston-y-Fedw mill, the old mill as it's called. Largely collapsed now, seeking planning permission, potentially the site for either a nice tea shop for the nice spring and summer afternoons, and while you're rambling out in the country, or alternatively we'd like to see if we could get some planning permission for residential use even. Now what we'll do is we'll walk through behind the old mill, and I'll take you down to the river behind. Then you'll get a sense for the wonderful nature that is around here, and the beautiful, relaxing, tranquil scenery that is to be seen. So just walk across into the field. We'll just across the edge of the field here. We had quite a bit of a spring clean last autumn, getting a lot of dead wood down, so we've got a bit more clearing up to do yet, but it's cleared the way a lot, and it should open up for the lot of the ground flora to come through. You can already see the snowdrops plentiful already, so that's good. That's that ravine there is where the river used to come through to power the old mill. Who knows, we might be able to at some stage restore that. That would be the plan. A lot of dead wood just thrown in the corner here at the moment. That was again hurriedly done last autumn. If we walk down across the corner of the field here, then we'll swing back alongside the river, and you can see what some of the rest of the vista provides for you. It's a beautiful location on a beautiful spring evening or summer afternoon. So tranquil down here. You can hear the buzzards overhead normally. A bit early in the season to hear them yet. And we're just approaching the river. You can just see everywhere you look, you see snowdrops. God's goodness, what a creator we have. And then look at that, that's the river. It's fairly moderate normally at this time of year, that is in full flow, but it isn't really at the moment. It has been, there's evidence in terms of a lot of the stuff alongside the banks. There has been some flooding, but it doesn't look to me as though it's been anything like as much as it would have been in previous years when I have seen it in full flow. So, yep, there's the river. Now, one of the things we might consider doing in due course is putting a little jetty out here. I'm not too sure that we could get much in terms of shipping up and down here, but who knows? We could get a few little whitewater rafts up and down there potentially. So who knows? That's looking upstream. If you turn around, look upstream. Now this is some ducks floating down there. I don't know if you can see them. Quaint, cute. So we are in the horseshoe of the river here. This is the River Rumney. It comes down from the Rumney Valley, and it's right here where we are. The mill itself is located right in the middle of the horseshoe. Now originally there was a little detour that was taken off the river just on this bend here, and it was dug out and dug across down through this ravine here, and that rooted itself down to the old mill, and that was only a trickle, but it was just enough to turn the wheel on the old water mill. It was a flour mill there's a twin with another larger one just about 5 miles from here at Rudry, and together they worked, but this one has now been defunct for probably near enough 100 years now. You can just see it through the end there, what's left standing of it. There's quite a steep bank up there, and you can see the old mill lodge at the top. That was our old home up until 2010 when we sold it, but we've retained this land. So this is potentially the plot here on the left, where I think we could potentially level that somewhat and put a nice little log cabin of some sort looking across the meadow over there, clear some of those trees in front of us and have a rather nice vista across the meadow to the river at the end where the tree line is. So that's the thinking. So yeah, if you can just imagine a nice 2 or 3 bedroom log cabin just somewhere positioned just there, maybe just with glimpses of the river as well, that would be the plan. But say, I'll be quiet for 30 seconds and you can just hear the birds and the beauty of nature. Just about hear the river in the background. So let's walk back up now. Just walk up closer to the old mill. This is the other side of the mill. You can see just this last winter actually the building has taken its toll, and you can see there's been quite a bit of further decay has set in. We've got a few big trees down now to the right of it, which is actually quite helpful, because if we are going to do anything in redeveloping that, we're going to have to get rid of some of those trees. And there are pretty much not tree preservation orders on them, but they're concerned that potentially there's wildlife in them we wouldn't want to disturb. So it's quite handy that the trees have now fallen. So just climbing the steep bank now to the top, to the lane as you come down, and we walk back down the lane, and you can see where we started from. So here we are, we're back. This is the lane that comes down, the track that comes down to the old mill. So there's the old mill down on our right hand side now, and there's the beauty of the meadow. Oh, it's such a tranquil spot, this. One of my happy places. So if you can just imagine that as being perhaps a tea shop, a coffee shop, restaurant, with patio, with lots of umbrellas and chairs and tables set out, and people mingling around, admiring the view, watching the wildlife, maybe a little parking space just in there for a dozen cars or so, and maybe some boardwalks alongside the ravine and down to the river across the other side. Who knows? We'll have to see what circumstances allow. As I say, it is a beautiful place to be on a day like this. No better place to be. So I look forward to welcoming you here at some stage. I'll try and take another clip of this perhaps in the summer when the leaves are on the trees. It'll certainly make a big difference, but it's quite nice to see it actually while it's all bare. Gives you quite an interesting perspective on the amount of space that is down here. So thank you for watching. Do like this and look forward to connecting with you again. Thank you. Bye for now.